Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Proudbug. Let's continue the series. So, in the previous chapters, I have explained you how to read a normal JSON file, how to read from the web URL. Okay, and this time we'll see how to do the deserialization. Deserialization is basically if you have a JSON and how you can read into a Java object. Okay. So for our example, I have taken this particular JSON. Let's say this is a JSON. Okay, and this is a JSON, and you can see there is a nested JSON address. This is a nested JSON, and this is an array. Phone number is an array. Very important to understand. See these square bracket. Whenever these square bracket comes, means this is an array, and inside array every element of an array is a JSON, again a JSON. Okay, so it's a bit complicated JSON. So try to understand. I will explain once again. This is a normal JSON. Inside JSON there are simple key and value, key value, and there is one nested JSON. Okay, you can see address. This particular is a nested JSON, and this is an array. Phone number is an array, and this is first element, this is second element, and this is third element. Okay, and every element is not a simple string like we have seen in the previous chapters. This is again a JSON. Okay, so you can say this is an JSON array, array of JSONs. Okay, so we are going to read this particular JSON. Okay, and how we can convert into the Java objects and how to fetch all the values. Okay, so this will be a very interesting uh, session. Okay, so before that, what do you need to do? Just copy the complete JSON. Okay, go to this particular site, JSON schema to Pojo, and simply paste your JSON here. That's it. You don't have to do much. Simply paste here your JSON, and package name can be anything. Class name can be anything. I have selected users. Whatever the JSON is about, you can give that name. Class. This will be the base class. Okay, the main class of that JSON. So it's a user detail. So I have given as a name user. Target language is Java. Source type is a JSON. And if you have any schema, if developers are giving you a schema, you can put schema and you can select this particular type. And right now we have a JSON or YAML, whatever. So this is JSON, so I have selected a JSON. Now library I am using a Jackson, so I have selected a Jackson. Okay, so if you are using JSON, so you can select JSON, whatever. Okay, and just keep them as it is. Don't just change anything, and just you can click on the zip file, and or you can click on the preview. Okay, zip file will download all the Java classes, and preview will only give the view only to you. Okay, so simply click on the preview. See, all the Java classes has been automatically generated. If you have not used this particular website, then it's an awesome thing. Okay, you can see all the package detail, all the imports, all the code has been automatically generated. You simply have to copy and just create your class. Copy, paste. That's it. Okay. So see, I will show you the first class. This is the address. Okay, leave this thing. This is phone number. We don't. Okay, let's start from here. Okay, let's try to understand this. This is a user class. This is a base class. Okay. And what this class is suggesting that we have a user with first name, last name, age, and address. Okay. And list of phone numbers. This is again a class. Okay. And address is another class. Okay. Just try to understand. I will show you the JSON first. Okay. Now compare. See, this is a JSON, right? And there is a first class, first name, last name, is alive, age. These are the normal strings, right? Four are the normal strings. So you can see these are the normal string, first name, string, last name. Boolean is alive, automatically converted because its a value is true, right? So that they understand that, okay, it's a Boolean value, right? So they have automatically created a Boolean. Now age, integer, they know that it's a number. So it has to be an integer, right? So these four things are clear to you. Now, what is this? Phone number. This is a list. I told you, right? This is a list. So So where is the, yeah, here. So list of phone number. Phone number is a class. I will show you the phone number later on, but it's a list of phone numbers, right? Phone number one, phone number two, phone number three, right? So list of phone numbers, and again, and last is the address, right? Address is a nested JSON. So for that, they have created a address here, and it's a class. They have given the reference of a class. Okay, so this is the JSON, and all the getter setters, we don't have to go into this. These are the simple getters and setters. Okay, copy this particular starting from here and create your own class. I have copy pasted from this site and I have created a class user. Okay, see this. Okay, so you will think that this is very cleaner and that one is not. So you can, if you want, you can remove all these tags. I will tell you why they are here. Okay, all these tags can be removed if you want. Okay, all these things. I have removed all these unnecessary things. The last one also, all this thing. Okay, additional. I have removed everything. I have keep it very clean, just these six entity and their getter setter. Okay, why you want those tags? If let's say in my JSON there is a name, first name, right? First name. In my class, I am using exactly the same name with small f and capital N, camel casing, right? And here also it is same camel casing. So if both the things are same, we don't need that tag. But in case, let's say you are writing here fn, which is a very bad nomenclature, but let's say you want to use fn here. So how then the mapping will be disturbed because we don't know this fn is actually you want to map it with first name. So in that case, you need these tags. So if you add this particular tag here, first name, so this will get mapped with that JSON, right? This camel case first name will be mapped with this, and this map will to this like this. So now you can use fn here. Okay, so but we have the same nomenclature, whatever the in JSON is giving. So I have removed those tags. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to use. So better to use exactly the same name which are given in the JSON. It will be good, right, in future. So this is clear. Okay, now let's go to the next class. So next class is this phone number. Okay, just copy paste this particular class and make your own class. So the second is your phone number, this one. User phone number. Okay, I have copy pasted from the same this phone number. Okay, you can modify the name and accordingly you have to update the name here. I have added user phone number, so my class name is user phone number. They have their class name is phone number, so in the user they must be using list of phone numbers here. Okay, so you can change the class name if you want to. Okay, so again, if you open the phone number, you can see there are only two types and number. See the JSON in the phone number. There are only two entity. One is the type and the number. Type number, right? So there are only two strings. So that's why we have taken string type and string number, right? And their getter setters. Okay. So next is address. Okay, so this is an address class. Address class has these one, two, three, four values, right? So they are simple strings. So they are simple strings and they are getter setter. Similarly, we have copy pasted and made our own class user address. In this, I haven't removed. If you want, you can remove. This is just to show you that we can use this exactly the same code as well. Okay, so I have exactly copy pasted with all these extra tags with address, and I have removed those tags in this class. So I like this kind of thing because this is very hodgepodge, maybe. Okay, and better to use a cleaner version. You can remove them if you want. Okay, so hope these pojos are clear to you. So using this particular JSON, we have created three class: user.java, user address, and user phone number based on our JSON format. If you have a different JSON, accordingly, the classes will get increased or decreased. Okay, now this is the test code. I hope till now everything is clear to you. So you don't have to do simple copy paste your JSON here in this particular site and just simply generate. Click on the preview or the zip file and the pojos, your Java classes will be automatically generated. And you simply copy paste in your project and you're good to go. After that, it's a 1 minute job. Okay, what we are doing here, we are giving the reference of that JSON file in a string path, and we have again created an object mapper, and with that object mapper we are simply reading that value using that file path. That's it. And we are giving the, this is very important, we are giving the reference of user.class. This is this our base class which is holding all the things, right? This is the main class, so we are giving a reference of that user dot class, and with that, see, our Java object has been created just by this one line. It's so easy, right? Now you have the object of your user. Now with that user, you can read any value. Just in like in getter and citrus, we are reading everything. See, users dot get age, and here the I'm asserting. Okay, I am using some assertions that in our JSON. Uh, Look, where is that age? This is the age I'm talking about, 25. So I want to assert that, okay, it's actually 25 or not. So I am doing some assertions. So with this user object, I am fetching the get age and I'm converting it into the int value and just what doing the assert equal. Okay. Now next, user dot get phone number dot size. I am just checking that whether the phone number's size is 3 or not. Okay, so what I mean to say is that phone number should be 3, 1, 2, 3 array size. Basically, I am checking the array size. Okay, and this is that. So you can see that if I will write in front of you user dot, all these things are coming. See, first name is live, get age, get class, etc. Right? So let's say get address. Inside the get address again dot, and you can see get city. Get city. Get city will be fetched. Okay, so from the JSON, nested JSON, you can see this city will be fetched. New York. New York will get printed. Okay, so this is that simple. Okay, let me comment and let me run for you. This is a testng annotation I have given, so it will run as a testng class. I have added the assertions. Uh, Two assertions are there, so both should be passed. Okay, so both these test case has been run successfully. Okay, I will show you the import at the end. You can match if you have any problem with the code. So these faster XML and testng asserts I am using. Fine friends, I hope this particular session is clear to you and how to create the Pojo automatically using a JSON file. We have seen how to create a Pojos and how to read a JSON. And rather than converting into the JSON node, we have this time we have converted into a Java object. And from the Java object, we have used getters and reading the file. So this is the ideal way rather than going into the JSON node. But that is also okay. But this is the most recommended thing way, and it will be generally used in the projects, big projects, to convert into the Java class, and you can easily pass your Java objects to any other class and or anywhere, and you can read your JSONs. Fine, friends. So next, we will see how to write a JSON. If you have, let's say, some Java objects, some values, some Java objects you have, and you want to create a JSON file, then how to do that. Next chapter, we will go through that. And after that, we'll see how to read the dynamic JSON. Okay, friends, thank you for watching my channel. Have a good day. Bye-bye.